Question is that the motion be agreed to, and I call the member for Dawson.
Deputy Speaker, I rise today in support of the member for Durac's motion and to thank the member for giving me the opportunity to address this important issue. The people of my electorate in Dawson have grave concerns over the rising cost of living, and especially rising energy costs. The recent ACCC July 2022 gas inquiry report forecasts that demand for gas for electricity generation will grow by 70% next year, and that gas supplies remain tight. Deputy Speaker, in the 2022-23 budget, the Coalition committed to $50.3 million to accelerate priority gas infrastructure. This included funding for early works support to help accelerate 7 priority gas infrastructure projects. Our side understands that gas is a critical enabler of Australia's economy. Gas provides fuel that allows power to be generated 24/7, not just when the sun is shining or the wind blows. Gas-fired power stations can be ramped up and wound down and used to balance the record levels of increased supply from solar and wind. As I said in my maiden speech, Deputy Speaker, I am a supporter of all energy options, whether it's coal or gas-fired, hydro, solar, wind or nuclear. We need to provide power to businesses and households that is reliable and affordable in the best way that we can. It blows my mind that over 100 days in government, Labor still have no plan to support families and businesses struggling with skyrocketing power prices. Instead of reminding gas suppliers of their obligation to domestic gas users, the Energy Minister can't even tell the Australian people whether he supports the new gas supply. The Coalition has a fully costed national gas infrastructure plan to invest in new gas pipelines and support the development of new gas projects. The Energy Minister has called the plan BS and a fraud. But I would like to remind the House that the Labor Party repeatedly told the Australian people, and particularly the voters in Central and North Queensland, and the good folks in my electorate of Dawson, whose jobs rely on gas and coal, that they would not do deals with the Greens. But since coming to government, we've seen the Energy Minister caving to Green demands on their climate change bill and failing to commit to a position on new gas projects. Deputy Speaker, Labor has even promised 97 times since December 2021 that if elected, they would reduce Australian household power bills by $275. That's $275, and all we're hearing now is crickets. Australian families and businesses are struggling with soaring power prices and mounting costs of living pressures. Everyone on our side of the House knows the answer to reducing higher prices, and that is to bring in more supply. But Deputy Speaker, it just seems that the anti-gas, anti-coal, anti-regions, anti-small business, anti-ag and the anti-commitment Labor government cannot bring themselves to displease the Greens. So it will be all Australian families and small businesses that will continue to suffer and live in fear of these rising costs. The people of Dawson are not fools. They know that this government does not have their best interests at heart. The government needs to honour its election commitment to cut power prices as promised and provide a plan to respond to the East Coast energy crisis without further dithering and without further delays.